D23 was last night, very late. Apparently they were up for a long time, and apparently they went over an hour, or maybe even 2 hours. I don't know. I said, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna look at everything in the morning. And in the morning, everything I looked at, I did these. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that was powerful. Can we somehow harness the energy from that sneeze? I'm feeling it still. Okay, a lot was said, a lot was released. There's just too much. There's too much to talk about. This is an idea that I got from Grace Randolph, a top 10 headlines, things that I'm interested in that I would like to talk about. And honestly, it was a little bit struggle because there are a few things that I just don't care about, especially because they were not really released to the public, so I don't want to necessarily spoil things that I shouldn't know ahead of time. You know, like the Daredevil Born Again stuff. I don't really care to know what I shouldn't know ahead of time. And honestly, there might be more things that I missed, but again, these are just the top 10 that have interested me. So all right, starting off with number 10 is Toy Story 5, and I think they should add this tagline, but Age of Electronics. Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story movie, hands down. It's a classic film in of itself. And I genuinely didn't like Toy Story 3. I thought Toy Story 4 was okay at the time. I think it was only because I was in Portland visiting for a wedding, and it was the day after the wedding, and I still had like another day left on my flight, so I got myself some Portland exclusive burger. I forget the name of the place, but everyone loves it, but I got a burger and fries. I walked to the movies, I snuck it in, and I ate and watched the movie, and I had a good time. So I think it was the experience that I enjoyed, because after watching the movie again, wow, it wasn't very good. But Toy Story 5 is going to be directed by Andrew Stanton, and if you don't know who that is, let me introduce you. Andrew Stanton has worked for Pixar for a very long time at this point. He has written Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Bugs Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, WALL-E, but he's also written a few clunkers like Finding Dory, Toy Story 3, in my opinion, and Toy Story 4. So mostly good. He is mostly good. He's really only directed 2 Pixar films, Finding Nemo and WALL-E. So that's solid enough for me. Sure, he's written a few other not great films, but at least he's in control this time around. The movie is going to be dealing with electronics, and honestly, that concept brought me back in, baby. When I heard Toy Story 5 and 6, I said, please, stop it. Stop. Toy Story 3 was the biggest emotional manipulation cash grab I've ever seen, and I just wanted it to stop. However, I don't know, that's gonna be very interesting. Nowadays, there are barely any toys in production, and if there are, it's mostly geared for, well, the adult children who like to collect toys. And we already saw Toy Story 2 and the horrors of collecting, but now watching toys go up against modern day toys, which are electronics and iPads, ooh, it's gonna be a good time. Here's just a few questions for Andrew Stanton and the crew. How in the hell will the toys be brought back together, and who is the new kid? Because let me tell you what, man, nobody cares about Bonnie. No one cares. Everyone I've talked to said that they do like the movies, but they don't really care about Bonnie. And I'm sorry, but she really has no real connection with these toys. Andy did. Andy, he has an actual personal connection because he liked watching the shows, the movies of these toys, and that was his connection. Bonnie is just like, oh, cool, a toy. She has more of a bond with Trashy than, nope, that's not than Forky, than who I thought was trash. And I know that's a joke, but I thought it was a garbage character. But she has more of a bond with Forky than the rest of the toys, and if that's already a thing, then why are the toys even there? You can change the kid, I don't care if it's not explained or if it doesn't make sense. As long as Bonnie's not the kid, then I'm happy. But I don't think so. That genuinely looks like Bonnie is underneath that blanket, and I'm a little worried. And where the heck is Bo Peep? Did Woody dump Bo, or did Bo dump Woody? Honestly, I think Bo dumped Woody. Woody is such a simp, he would never break up with Bo. Bo doesn't get broken up with. Bo does the breaking. But seriously, if that's the whole reason that Woody is back, how embarrassing. Doing a miles-long walk of shame back to Bonnie's house. What loss of respect. I mean, he already lost my respect in Toy Story 3, not gonna lie, and then they decided to have him lose his dignity by being Bo's little bitch. And then they character assassinated Buzz along the way. So it just again, Toy Story 4 should make me worried, but Anderson is directing the new Toy Story, which he did not direct Toy Story 4, so I think it's gonna be fine. And apparently there's also gonna be like an army of 50 Buzz Lightyear toys that are stuck in malfunctioning modes of various kinds, and they're gonna serve as these villains for the movie. It's gonna be emotional manipulation using nostalgia, and I just don't like it. I want a new classic villain like they always do, created from scratch. I don't know, give me something that is not nostalgia bait. I'm done with nostalgia bait, but I'm hooked. I am hooked, so we'll see. In 9 is Ironheart, and I know there's not really a lot that was announced, that was details that were given. There was a teaser trailer that was shown. I mean, I haven't seen it, but honestly, I debated talking about this and Captain America 4 and Red Hulk, and I decided to do Ironheart because mainly I was so sure that this show was going to be one of the shows that was silently canceled by Bob Iger and Kevin Feige when they said a couple months ago that there are a few things that were canceled, but they're never gonna announce what, and that honestly could have been referring to across the entire Disney board. So there's Disney projects, Disney Animation, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, so many projects. So I had speculated, because we have not heard a single thing about Ironheart, that Ironheart was one of those things that was canceled, but lo and behold, 'twas not. A teaser trailer was shown, and honestly, I am excited. I loved what they did with Riri Williams in Wakanda Forever. I know people didn't really like that she was basically a human MacGuffin, but I liked her character. I thought she was pretty freaking cool, and she was not like she was in the comics. She is also pretty cool in comics, but she just didn't really gel with people, because I think Marvel at that time was basically saying, suck it up, this is your new Iron Man, and even when people said, hell nah, that's not Iron Man, and they changed her to Ironheart, people still said, too late, 15 years, too late, wrong franchise. But still, the sentiment remains. I know that Anthony Ramos is in this, and I saw a picture of him, and he looks so freaking cool. And I love this man. I love him in literally anything he does, and I'm so glad for him. But I'm just so worried that this show is not gonna go well, and then it's just another clunker for Anthony Ramos. And he's such a good guy. He's such a good person. And I heard that this show is going to be technology versus magic, so that's gonna be super interesting. Coming in number 8 is Tron Ares, and oh, it's red. So much red at D23. Red Tron, Red Hulk, Red Avatar people, which we will get to, but oh my gosh. Listen, I know that they already announced this, and that they already announced that Jared Leto would be lead in this, but honestly, I feel like this is the first time it's actually sinking in. At least for me, especially because 9 Inch Nails is composing, and I only know a couple of their songs, not totally familiar. I can't name songs, I can't name artists for anyone. I can name melodies, like there's a couple Selena Gomez songs that I like, but I don't know their names. I'm really bad when it comes to music, okay? But speaking on Jared Leto, he's a weird man, but he's absolutely dedicated to his roles, and honestly, that's kind of tough. Sure, he's weird, but I just can't stop watching his movies. It's honestly been a hot minute since I've seen any of the Tron movies. I've seen them when I was younger, but I love them. I think they're so cool. Even the old one, the first one, the second one, I think they're both really cool. I know people don't like the second one, but it's Tron, man. Oh, it's such a cool concept. I'm gonna have to react to them both because I saw them when I was young, like young with my dad, and so I'm gonna have a good time with Tron, and I legit can't get over the red. It's gonna be so cool. And then Lilo and Stitch, the live action reveal, and look at Stitch, look at him. He's so cute. I seriously want one. Oh my gosh. I never thought I would ever see Stitch looking this good in live action. It's so it's like furry, but contained. I don't know. It's great. Disney's like, ha, first try. And Paramount must be like, dang it, Disney. Please don't remind people of ugly Sonic again. And I've actually heard some people complaining that they actually want Stitch to be more blue. They want the vibrant blue. And honestly, I say nay. I actually like the fact that he's a muted blue. He's blue enough. It's like a blue-gray. And to be honest, listen to this. Having a vibrant furry alien is not quite believable as a dog rather than having like a bluish gray alien dog. That's more believable. Looking at this picture, I would totally believe that this is just a really weird dog. One. It is confirmed he is coming out in summer 2025, which means we're likely gonna get an official teaser. My guess is that we're going to see like a 1 minute teaser trailer within the next like maybe month or so, and then we're probably going to get like our first official trailer on Thanksgiving attached to Moana 2, or during Christmas. It's such a family movie, and it's such a nostalgic family movie, that the best time to release this trailer would be around the holidays. And honestly, I was thinking that Thanksgiving would be the best choice, but honestly, thinking about it right now, I think Christmas might be the best choice. Everyone's around for Christmas, I think. But let me just say, the rips on the background on Stitch, doesn't that kind of look like his tentacles? Is it just me? I think the animators and the editors did that on purpose to really give you like a hint of what he really looks like. Because again, he grows, I don't remember if it's 1 or like 2 more or 4 more arms. He grows arms and grows little spine things and antennae. It's great. Oh my gosh, Lilo and Stitch, phenomenal. You go get those criminals. I'm definitely gonna have to revisit those movies soon because I've only seen those, how old am I? Yeah, probably 20 years ago by now. It's been, I would say, a hot minute. Coming number 6 is Percy Jackson Season 2. And this is literally the only thing they said was they announced the cast, they brought the main cast out onto the stage, and they announced, it's like a 30-second teaser of older sounding Percy and older looking Percy, looking a little rough there. It was old footage from season 1 and then to the briefest footage for season 2, and that's honestly enough for me. I'm so hyped. I thought I read somewhere that it comes out next year. I couldn't find any confirmation on that, but I do believe it is going to come out next year because they're starting production now. The way these things churn out, it's going to come out next year. And they announced that Daniel Diem, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but they announced that Daniel Diemer, he was going to play Tyson, Percy's Cyclops brother. And look at them. Look at them. They look so good. Oh my gosh. As an OG Percy Jackson reader, this is my Harry Potter. For those who have read Harry Potter and then watched the movies, this is my Harry Potter. This is just a very special time for me, especially, but it's very special for me to see something that I love and care for being treated with very similar care and love that I would have, and so I cannot wait. Coming in number 5 is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Look at that logo. Look at it. It's beautiful. Listen, anything other than blue, I'm down for. If this logo does not get you excited for Avatar 3, then I don't know what will. Let me tell you what, I absolutely hated the first one. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. Story time. My dad and I watched it. My aunt had the movie. My dad saw the DVD case, said, I want to watch that. She said, here you go, borrow it. So we borrowed it, went home. Mom and sister went out shopping. Dad and I decided to watch the movie without them Poor mistake, but we didn't know that yet. We watched the movie all the way through. Dad didn't really understand, started it 12 minutes in. Mom and sister came home, said, we want to watch it too. Started it over from the beginning, watched it. Mom said, I didn't really understand it. Watched it a third time. By that point, I kind of was just on my laptop doing my own thing because I could not do it. But my mom said, family time's important, which I agree with. I just couldn't do it. Even my dad couldn't do it. He slept. It was not good. I just don't think that movie is all that great. I think it's melodramatic and completely overrated. I said it, but I think Avatar 2, wait, The Way of Water, I think that one is fantastic. I saw it in 3D IMAX. Amazing choice. It's such a spectacular movie. The Way of Water, I would say, is almost a masterpiece. It can get ridiculous at times, sure, but it is just glorious. It is long as hell, but I'm not complaining at all. And I usually do. The Way of Water offered, and I drank the Pandora Kool-Aid made with the sweet, delicious Pandora water, and I'll never go back. Genuinely, don't like the first one. You can't pay me to watch the first one. Second one, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's have a couple drinks, have a little swim, and let's enjoy a good night. But after the discovery of water in Avatar, I forget their technical name, but they're the water Avatar people. I was like, well, shoot, what does that mean? Are there more? Are there like green air Navi, or like are there like brown rock earth Navi? What about fire Navi? Well, thank you, James Cameron, because he told us, he showed us exactly what they look like, and they look freaking cool. Look at them. Look at them. They look so terrifying. I cannot wait, because this means that there's like a fire land. It's like Bionicles. This is like Bionicles for adults. It's great. I love it. Number 4 is The Greatest Showman, the new musical. And I was just listening to someone talk about there should be a Broadway musical of The Greatest Showman. And I said, that is a fantastic idea. And lo and behold, I don't know if this is going to be a Broadway. There's not many details given about this at all. The only thing that was said about this is that there's going to be a stage musical production of the movie musical is now in development. When is it gonna be? Where is it gonna be? How is it gonna be? We don't know. We just know. But why is it gonna be? Money, and no one's complaining because we all love The Greatest Showman. It's such a good movie. I still listen to the music. I still watch the movie periodically. I might even watch no, I can't. We're going out tonight. I'm gonna watch the movie tomorrow night. The only thing I don't want is this to be a parks exclusive experience. If it is, boo, cheap. If it's Broadway, phenomenal. It's my first time going to New York. I will be watching The Greatest Showman on Broadway. But I hope that it's not just like a Hamilton treatment in which they'll record it on stage and then release it onto Disney Plus. I would love that, yes. But I mean, if it's Broadway or if it's staged anywhere, and it does sound like it's gonna be staged, we just don't know where and what capacity and to what degree. I just know I want to go. Just shut up and take my money. Coming in number 3 is Zootopia 2. Not gonna lie, I'm trying to stay away from any information about Zootopia. Zootopia is my favorite movie of all time. So when I heard about Zootopia 2, I said, I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care what it's about. I don't care what you do. I just want more Zootopia. And now you're giving me Zootopia 2. I'm on board. I'm already on board. I'm probably only gonna watch the teaser trailer, and then that's probably gonna be it for me. I'm already sold on this movie, so I want to know very little about this movie as possible because I just want to go in and enjoy it. I remember watching this movie and thinking, this movie, I relate to this. I see myself in Nick so much. Even still to this day, Nick was basically me. This is the first time I had ever related so much with a character, and you know what? I knew right then and there that I am pretty freaking cool, and I'm not apologizing for it. But the leaked art, look at it. Look at Nick and Judy. Look at being so adorable. So cute. Look at Nick's pink shirt and his little bucket hat. I cannot. The concept art looks amazing. We're gonna get a whole slew of new characters and possibly even maybe spend more time with the Hoppers. I kind of hope so. I really like the Hoppers, and I always got, not that I was disappointed that we didn't get to spend time with them. I just would like to spend more time with them. They seem like a very fun bunch. And Oscar winner Ke Huy Quan is joining the voice cast, and oh my goodness, honestly, what a gig for him. Disney is truly treating this man well. First in Loki season 2, then in American Born Chinese, which nobody saw, which was a shame because that's actually a pretty good show. And now voicing a snake character named Gary in Zootopia 2. Gary is an easier name for kids to remember, and I genuinely think they're using Gary as a new Nick of Zootopia 2. It's gonna be another nature versus nurture conversation. Gary will likely be the mischievous, the bad snake, the one that is just does bad because of the social stigma around reptiles and snakes. And I guarantee you he's probably likely going to be redeemed or turn around and be good and learn to be good, or and people are going to learn to accept him by the end of the movie. If that's the case, I don't want him to be the villain. I want a good classic villain that's evil and bad and does bad things and gets his comeuppance at the very end of the movie. As long as we get the villain getting their comeuppance, then I'm good. Coming in number 2 is Incredibles 3. Brad Bird caved. He caved. He hates doing sequels with no story, and honestly, he said that he wasn't ever gonna do Incredibles 2 because he really didn't feel like there was a story to be told. But you know what? I think there was a few variables that came together for Incredibles 2. I think one, Brad Bird couldn't really get anything to be as big as the Incredibles because he went on to do Tomorrowland, which was a mega flop. I think that movie started out fine and then just lost its footing very quickly. Secondly, I think his luck and his options are very running dry, and I think lastly, Disney coughed up the right check at the right time. So I think all those variables allowed us to have Incredibles 2, which I personally liked. There were just a couple things that, again, that made me say, oh, there's the money. I see that little paycheck writing. But at the same time, I did like Incredibles 2 probably more than other people. I thought it was really great. But Incredibles 1, still my favorite, will always be my favorite. But the fact we're getting Incredibles 3, yeah, Brad, buddy, you better age up those kids, because if you don't, if you baby Grogu Jack again, I will likely be so upset I will probably not watch the movie. There's no reason for the family to be the same age anymore. Make them older. I would love to see Violet graduating college, Dash graduating high school, and Jack in junior high. I think that would be great because I think Dash wouldn't go to college. I think he would have a lot of scholarships, but I think he would be like, I'm a superhero, I don't need college. Perhaps she might graduate and be like, I'm not gonna do superheroing. I don't know. There's gonna be so many good and interesting directions to take this. If you do it well, Brad, please don't keep the kids the same age. I'm fine if they're even a couple years older, but Jack needs to be able to speak and walk and talk and formulate competent sentences, please. In fact, make Jack Dash's age and then age up the kids, please. Just don't keep them there. But what's hilarious is that they literally, the whole announcement was Anger reacting to the word incredible and then showing the new Incredibles 3 logo with the iconic Incredibles music. Michael Giacchino, my man, you're having a good few years, man. But that crowd went nuts. I went nuts. I still cannot believe that Incredibles 3 is actually happening. Brad Bird likely saw in the insane good reception and the amount of money that Inside Out 2 made, and Disney likely said, see? Probably struck up a pretty nice deal for Mr. Bird. But they legit just said, Brad Bird's directing, it's happening. good night. I truly think that is the best announcement of the whole night just because of how it just concluded. But my favorite thing that we definitely need to talk about is the Fantastic Four first steps, both the music and Johnny Storm's costume. Because I have a couple of theories on what this costume or what this marketing piece is really actually saying. First off, once again, Michael Giacchino, man, what a year for you. Too bad you didn't come back for Inside Out 2. I think it's only because you were busy. You wanted to, but you were busy, and I understand that. But man, the Fantastic Four first steps, Incredibles 3, oh, Zootopia 2. Oh, what a resume. Can we please just let this man direct? Disney said, nay, we need his musical talents. But this man just wants to direct movies, man. And I think he is gonna do more directing. We can never let you go from our music strings. Honestly, it might be too early for this, but I don't know. It might be just the right time. But I actually think that the Fantastic Four First Steps theme might actually be better and more iconic than the Avengers. I don't know. This song has such an Americana feel. It's both retro and modern, and the way it builds, it just keeps on going and it doesn't stop. There's no melodrama to it. It's all about the exploration, and you really do feel the exploration of space. Oh, in this, it's just, again, the Americana feel within this theme song feels so superhero-y. It's just, it's beautiful. Gorgeous. Secondly, let's talk about why the heck does my man Quinn always looks like he does not want to be there. Every single promotional bit so far, he's just, Quinn, you do know Johnny Storm can smile, right? It prompts me to wonder, what does Quinn know that we should probably know? I'm worried, but it could just be me. But what's up, dude? Are you okay? And the blonde hair? Finally, we're getting comic accurate Johnny Storm. I never thought we would ever see the day we would see a fully bleached blonde Johnny Storm. Oh my gosh, get ready to swoon. Definitely sweater-like, which I like because it's very merchandisable. I guarantee you, as soon as they release that sweater to the public, I am buying myself one and I'm going to wear it to the movie. However, here's my theory on this. I think the reason why Quinn is pissed off during this promo, because it clearly does not want to be there, I think it's because this is actually Johnny's specific suit, and I think he's thinking, why the hell do I have to wear this and nobody else has to? Like, he's probably not even filming a scene in his costume. He's probably annoyed that he had to put it on, and it probably takes a while to put it on. But the thing is, I think Marvel and crew are trying to pull the wool over our eyes because that costume does not really match with the Valentine's Day poster concept art. And I know it's concept art, and that was a hell of a long time ago, but the thing is, what if this costume is specific for Johnny Storm, and that we're still going to see Sue and Reed in their respective costumes that look a little bit more like the concept art that we saw, and that this suit is specifically for Johnny, that we're gonna get various suits. And I think maybe that's why the marketing team thinks that we're not onto them. But I'm advertising, man. I know, I see it. Here's the thing, I think we're actually gonna see 4 different types of suits. That's right, 4. I think we're gonna see, I don't know whether or not to include this, but basically the space suits. I think this first version of the suit is going to be very much based off of the space suits. I'm only including the space suits because those are gonna be specifically designed for space travel and for going up in space and all this and that. You know the gist. But I also think we're gonna get like another version of the 60s suit. What Johnny is wearing is probably likely going to be immediately based off of the space suits, and we're gonna see those as their first suits. And then we're probably gonna see them a little bit more established within the world. And we're probably gonna see one more blue version before we finally land with the black and white Future Foundation suits. I don't think it's a coincidence that we're seeing a ton of Future Foundation stuff and that it was confirmed, and that we're seeing Sue and Reed in a lot of black and white in the promotional material. I don't think that's not on purpose. Expect to see at least, okay fine, realistically at least 3 costumes, not including the space suits. Fine, but including the space suits, 2024. Finally, Reed Richards' hair. The gray on the temples and his mustache. This is the clearest photo I can find because the video that I saw was much clearer, but I can't find it again to screenshot it, but he definitely has pronounced gray temples. Holy cow, Pedro Pascal. First Daddy Mando, then Daddy Joel, and now Daddy Reed. Everyone, get ready to swoon for 2.5 hours. His charisma is through the roof. Marvel knew what they were doing. They totally knew what they were doing when they cast all 4 of these people. But they are 100% leaning into the hot professor vibe for Reed Richards. And it's working. And that is it. I totally did not mean, I wanted this to be like 10 minutes. It's been 45. Let me know your comments down below. I'm gonna get right to editing all of these. I got somewhere to be later tonight, so I will see all of you next time. Check out my sushi media links. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to talk about well, maybe I may not talk about the animated projects because they may not be of interest to me enough, and I already have a lot on my plate with this and those. And I have 2 reviews to go do after I'm done with this. I'll see you guys next time. You've just been mortified.